Hello, this is Summer Lake Photog. I'm in Summer Lake. I'm on the back road back to my place over there at Clipple Point. You see that sort of flat mesa off in the distance. And I stopped on this little rise saying, well, this is the time of year when you would see some Sandhill Cranes. And I looked and looked and I didn't see any. And then I looked and looked again and I didn't see any. And then there they are, right there. They're just laying down, hiding in the grass. So let's see if I can get the focus on them. See the two heads sticking up there? So that's with the digital zoom on the iPhone. Anyway, two Sandhill Cranes out there moving along in that they like to get the first little green shoots coming up, I think. They're omnivores. So they'll eat anything, worms. And this time of year, they're not as shy because they're more interested in, they're on their feed, so to speak. It's the best time to catch wildlife is when it's eaten. And it's not going to be moved from something it really wants. And they like the green shoots. And they like the little worms and the first bugs that start showing maybe whatever is fresh. There they go flying, bud. So now you see them flying off, but they won't go far. I don't know why they flew. Sometimes they just want to be spooked by something. As I said, they're not easily spooked this time of year. Well, guess what? They just flew over to that field on the other side of the fence and stopped there, so I didn't spook them off of much. But anyway, I'm headed out. I'm gonna walk. There's a well that I'll show you that goes on a little ditch by all those trees and then goes down and forms some ponds that you can't see from here. I'm gonna walk down there. So this is the Artesian well that forms quite a few ponds. It's just a deep well that flows to the surface and it just keeps pumping 24/7. But if I go over here, you'll see it pans off out here, and then I'll just move a little bit along there, and you can see there's a long ditch going out through there. And now, I don't know, 500 yards, quite a ways, quarter mile more, there's some ponds. And those ponds, when I went by them, had trumpeter swans, some tundra swans maybe. They've started to move out now. There are some year-round trumpeter swan residents here, but the tundras moved north. But there was also northern shovelers, pintails, lesser scaups, and maybe some other types of ducks in the pond too. But when you look at this well, it also runs out this way, goes under that little gravel road and runs along a ditch by an orchard and some trees they planted just to shelter the upland game like pheasants and quail, and then down to some ponds there that I'm going to walk down to. And that's a little grove of trees that's been here ever since there was a homestead here. Lombardy poplars and cottonwoods. So I'm going to head out on a little hike. This is a little orchard of a variety of apple and pear trees. Pretty good producing too, actually. It looks kind of scroungy this time of year, but trees are tall enough that the deer don't bother them, and there was a lot of fruit on them last year. And then out past them there in that field, hayfield, is where I saw the Sandhill Cranes. And I'm headed down to the pond, and ahead of me there, those little trees, that's more upland game shelter. See if we see a pheasant or two. So that's some mallards that were there on the pond. Well, you're never sure exactly what ducks are going to be there. 2 days ago we had about 8 inches of snow. This whole area in here would have been covered with snow. And now all you see is just a little bit of it because it's been too warm for snow to stay, which is fine with me. But this is an example of the little ponds that the artesian well makes. This is pretty scenic in here. The willow trees turn reddish, orangish color in the spring with the first buds, and then there's still snow on the mountains and the water down below here. So you got all your basic elements of nature, lots of open land, which is great for wildlife because they've got lots of grass, deer. There are antelope in the valley too. They come and go, but we don't see them that often. And lots of wildlife that you never see.